Oh, and I accidentally hit live. We're live now. It did both. Hello, everyone. I goofed it. Hi. How's everyone doing? That was a really quick transition. Time came in. I accidentally hit it. So, welcome to Roll Call.
Roll call.
Oh man. Oh God. It took. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I love that Discord's cutting it out.
Everyone at home can hear it, but
yeah, you guys can't hear
it. Okay. Well, welcome to Roll Call. What an interesting intro this time. Always keep you on your toes. Ooh, yeah, boy. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here for our newest episode of our Slivers of Fate campaign. But before we get into it, I will pass it along to the... See, now with the headphones on, you don't have the thing. It just looks like you're a fish.
Out.
Yeah, you just look like...
Fish.
Yeah, you look like a fish right now.
I'm a fish.
I'll pass it to the fish. The fish face.
Last week.
How all Tritons sound.
Last week. We played D&D! That video went up on YouTube on Monday. Wednesday, we saw another episode of Monument of Shadows.
DC by night.
That brings us to today.
Today.
This video will go up on YouTube on Monday.
Monday, you say?
I do say Monday, as opposed to Sunday, where there'll be no game.
Sunday. No game.
I will continue to work on putting out. We're still got a back catalog of a couple of Monument of Shadow episodes, so I think I have another 2 that I put out. So I will be putting out those probably on a Wednesday. To keep
It is
putting those
Wednesday,
out.
my dudes.
Wednesday, my dudes. All right, and that brings us up to where we are currently playing D&D. Sai, do you have anything else you would like to promote?
Nope.
Okay, I guess.
Oh no. The buttons aren't working for any of the action commands. Hold on. Oh God, it just started doing them.
If you like TTRPGs, you can always check out the RPG table here on Twitch and everything else. They are friends of ours. They primarily play Vampire the Masquerade. Sai is on their channel occasionally. Occasionally, I mean usually. They usually play Saturdays, but you guys are currently between seasons.
We are currently running Mutants and Mastermind.
Ooh,
Oh, dang.
Superheroes.
I didn't even realize that.
Or super
Ooh.
villains.
Haha.
Or
But they will be
super
back
beings.
with Vampire end of May.
All right, there you go.
End of May.
So you have until end of May to watch all of last season. And
That'll
catch
have
up.
no context for the
Still
new
have no
season.
idea what's going on.
But you will get
There's
some
a
good content.
lot of lore.
Yeah, you have until May to read all of Vampire the Masquerade's lore.
And actually, this upcoming season, there's only going to be one vampire in the group. So you're also going to want to read Changeling and Mage and all the other wads. And probably a couple homebrew ones based
my
off
God.
of like Highlander or something. I don't know, just something I heard. So,
That's a lot of words.
yeah.
Too bad I ain't reading them.
Bad eye. Read.
Too bad I...
Okay.
Too bad I can't read.
Too bad I can't read.
That's
Right.
a lot of words. Too bad I can't read.
Okay, well, with all that being said, we now jump back into the land of Laplir and our Slivers of Fate campaign. Splash graphic. One day. I'm just going to keep saying it until we get there and I'm able to do that. I don't know what's going on over there. Where we last there's a bird in here. Where we last left off. There's a bird in a cave. You better go get that bird out of that cave. It's about to die. Our Order of Tarts and John, who is not technically a member, unless you're counting the vote of a spirit. There is one spirit that says John's part of the Order of Tarts, but the rest of the group hasn't decided that yet. You all had finished your first week helping the city of Midway. The Lord Regent, Lady Tybalt, working trying to maintain order in government while you were all assisting in the reforming of the city. You also took care of, basic conversations between the party. You guys have a little bit more of an understanding of who John is. There was a little bit of a nice dinner you had after your first week with the Lord Regent, to which you were also party crashed by the guildmaster of the guild of the city. While that conversation transpired, Typhoon gave some very, very important information to the merchant leader, to which John recognized potentially some issues there. You also had time back in your barracks for your own reflections. Upon those reflections, Teresa had a one-way conversation with Charles Marigold and promptly, overwhelmed, shut down for a little bit.
So much parasocialism.
You all continued watching over Teresa as you could over the first half of the week. Each of you learning more about the city, taking care of the various issues about town. One main issue that Dragonheart and Typhoon stopped was the looting and pilfering of the smaller merchant areas around. Given everything going on, you did stop the theft, and also led to another building being blown up. And Typhoon, how many people did you kill?
I think 2 or 3. I think it was 2.
You killed 2.
I was pretty sure it was 2.
It was 2.
Yeah, problem with it, punk.
Are you asking the DM or are you asking the city folk?
Oh, the DM, obviously.
Oh, I got no problem with it. Go, do what you want, man. I'll just have fun being an NPC later. We are
I'm kidding.
reconvening after that day's work with all of you back in the barracks. So let me change the music. Perfect. So you are all now back in the barracks after a long day, especially for Typhoon and Dragonheart, who had to fill out an extensive incident report.
Yay, paperwork.
Just
Crazy.
everything that took place. So we will reconvene with you all back in the barracks.
Wait, with
yeah?
the way that my sword does, like, do I remember what happened, or?
You
I think you said no last time. Just
you don't remember in totality. You remember being hit and defend. How the sword shapes it is you defended yourself.
Okay, so like the sword makes it seem logical in my mental point.
In your mind, yes.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Also, how did our tarts turn out last time? When we were making tarts at the barracks.
Oh, they turned out
They turned out.
decent.
They were definitely tarts.
They were tarts. They were
I would have
tarts.
handed those out, like, to some of the people if I had them on me,
They're not like
too.
fine dining baking, but they weren't terrible. They were edible, especially in compared to what you started serving at the beginning of the first week.
Sick. Okay, cool.
Progress.
Progress.
Okay. So the barracks are yours.
I'd
We're
probably
at the
start
end of the
making
day
dinner
now, right?
again.
Oops, sorry.
I mean, yeah, we're at the end of the day, right?
Yeah. Oh, it is. I'd say it is like your shift, your work is done. It is. You guys do return around dinner time. Yeah.
Okay, then I would start making dinner for everybody. Little family din-din.
On the way back from patrol, can I stop at some of the local, like, food markets to see if I can find something to contribute towards.
Yeah. What kind of food are you looking for?
See, we had a very basic stew last time, right?
Yes.
Can I tell if that's probably something that we... Knowing Claw, she mastered that, so she's probably going to make that again, right?
I mean,
More than likely, yeah.
Then can I get some loaves of bread so we can make bread bowl stew?
yeah. It would cost you probably about 2 silver to get enough for everyone.
I can do that. That's something that I can afford.
I have adequate money for that.
2 silver, you say? Remove that.
How much money do you have?
I currently have about 278 gold. If we've learned anything about how Tristin plays these things, he hoards money
You're
and
every
items.
RPG player ever. I might need
Alright,
this
next
ether.
character.
I know.
want
I
to
hoard
play a
items like I'm
gambler.
playing Skyrim and their wheels of
Play a
cheese.
gambler next time.
Play a gambler next time.
Oh,
Thanks for the bits, Bruno.
yeah, thank you for the bits.
Thanks, Rono.
Because there's now a die spinning on my face.
At 69.
wrecked.
Nice.
So yes, you do pick up some loaves of bread. They're not the best quality, but they're bread.
Yay!
It
I
works.
mean, I'm also trying to support these towns
Local
that just got
community.
ravaged, and so I'm like, hey, let me buy some bread to help you out.
I imagine you are buying not inside the walls of your bougie area.
No, absolutely not.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm trying to support the people that got hit the hardest.
Support local businesses.
So, just in general, yes, support your local businesses. Find mom and pop shops.
Man, we are like certain individuals in Nightmare Group. Anyway. Yeah, you picked it up and down.
Yeah, we sure love our Bud Light.
Yeah, we sure love our Bud Light. Bud Light sponsors.
Drink.
We'll all kiss
Gotta
each other.
hydrate.
Kids, oh my. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, unless we get paid for it, then oh yes, but oh no.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, moving on.
So I bring back loaves of bread
Yes.
and suggest to Claw, why don't we make bread bowl stew? And I would ask to borrow like a knife and show her to, if she doesn't know how to carve out like the loaf and make it a bowl.
She'll get real excited. She's like gotten like an itch to cook now. Knife work.
I'm encouraging.
I will say, Claw, you pick up how to scoop out the insides of bread pretty easily. It's like scooping out the insides of various vegetables or an animal you
I was gonna
kill.
say it's like gutting an animal.
So you very much get it like, okay, you don't want to stab all the way through. You want to go like leaving a little bit of depth to it. And yeah, you no problem. You now have a bunch
Awesome.
of bread to make croutons with, I guess.
Or dip.
Or dip, or and yeah, if you want to do that. Okay, the rest of you.
I will meditate before dinner.
Okay. Anything you're meditating on?
No, just standard meditating.
Okay.
Thanks for the hydrate.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Hydrate.
You? What's happening?
And
I'm
a
gonna
posture.
clean my weapons and myself.
Yeah, you take a shower, clean yourself
Yeah.
off.
I'll
John, you
love-
would have been made aware before that the incident led to 2 bodies. Tristin, welcome.
Oh my god, there he is.
It's hard when I have like the full mask on. I can't hear as well because I have to travel through the fabric.
Where'd the freaky fish man go?
Yeah, John would just come back, see that Dragonheart and Claw are making stuff,
Stew again.
But bread bowl.
and probably seeing that Typhoon isn't available because he took a shower. John will approach Dragonheart. I heard about the incident today.
Sorry, my instinct was to respond with, "How'd you hide about that? That was 10 years ago." Yeah, it escalated a lot faster and a lot more than I thought it was. Do you guys usually have a problem with bandits with bombs?
That is not something that's common around here. No.
Well,
Do you? Well, okay. I'd like you to kind of walk me through exactly what happened. I read the reports, but
So I guess the long and short of it is while we were helping a building that was currently on fire, which at this point I can only extrapolate that the fact that they probably started the fire using a bomb of some sort, and they tried to get away carrying multiple bags. There's about a group of 6 of them, 6 or 7, to which we chased them down to. Can't say I know all the buildings in your area, but it was the one. It was a big U with a courtyard in the middle of it, where we cornered them. And once they realized that they were not going to make it out of this fight, leader who is arrested. We made sure that I attempted to make sure that he stayed alive throughout that, and before he threw another bomb into that building, setting that on fire. But after dispatching them, a couple of them did die. I think to some degree this is the difference of using a bladed weapon versus blunt fists. But the leader definitely is alive and under arrest. I think we had 2 die, another 2 or 3 unconscious, and then 1 definitely got away. But definitely seems like they're going to reevaluate their life choices.
Claw, you're cooking it in the room, so you would hear 1 got away, and you would know for a fact, because you would know that he was carrying stuff that he stole, and you took him down.
That was the one that I went, rah.
Oh, you got him. Oh, great. So they've all been stopped, and all still in goods as far as we know. We didn't get a chance to really examine what was in the bags, but as far as we know, all stolen goods have been retrieved.
I mean, I'm just out of curiosity. Was there an attempt at a not so aggressive?
Yes. I definitely tried to persuade them not to make this choice, even going so far as to let them know that it would not end well for them. You start simple, and then as they kind of escalate, you have to try and escalate your persuasion. But we did not make a move until they did first.
Okay. Were you able to glean any information prior to the altercation?
Unfortunately, the leader had nothing to say. He was very adamant about not talking. You could tell that a couple of them were leaning towards the option, because I even gave him the option to drop the stolen goods and walk away, and just to try and prevent bloodshed. And several of them looked like they were taken up, but he was adamant about he was going to, for lack of a better term, get away or die trying.
So a group of 6 or 7 individuals just begins to bomb places around a city that was just recently ransacked and ravaged by the undead, and there's seemingly no motive to this?
Well, I can't speak to that. I am just the, I guess more or less the bounty hunter. This is why I made sure to leave the leader alive, just a little worse for wear. But,
I know it was a week ago, so I would remind you, because Dragonheart, his wisdom would be more. The leader did say one thing to you when you caught him.
Oh, that's right. Well,
He did say down with the merchants.
Okay. The only thing that would have given us any kind of motive was before he was placed in a sleeper hold, was down with the merchants. Which...
So this was an act of aggression against the Merchant Guild?
That could be. It could just be a strive for a free market in general. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not paid usually to investigate. I'm usually paid to.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to garner some extra information that I thought was possibly missing from your reports. Obviously, I'm aware this isn't your usual repertoire.
No.
Or way of dealing with things. I do rather wish that it wouldn't have come to bloodshed, but
as would
obviously, if you felt the need then
Again, I tried to. Again, I even gave him the easiest way out was to drop the items and walk away without any harm or foul. And I know that's probably not protocol, but again, trying not to cause any more violence in your
no,
town.
I appreciate the effort.
But again, we wait for them to.
I will say a particular number of ones that were dead were run through by sword, so I could make assumptions on certain things.
And around this time, Typhoon, you would be done.
You know me, using swords and whatnot.
Tra-la-la-la-la, I don't know what you say.
Yeah, no, I'm just letting you know. You
I'll
would
just walk in.
Yeah, say Ty would walk back into the room, freshly clean and showered.
Oh, Dragonheart and I were just discussing the situation from earlier.
Ah, the bombs, yeah.
Yes, apparently you must have felt quite threatened.
Yeah, they were trying to kill me, so, several, oh, wait, yeah, you weren't there. Yeah, I had like 6 or 7 arrows, like, in my body at the time, so, a little bit.
How are you feeling?
Oh, did we take a long rest yet?
Does
No, you're not.
Nariana,
No, we've not.
where is Nariana? Doesn't she
Oh.
have healing abilities?
I'm still in pain. I like have bandages. I'm wrapped
Nariana's
up
in the
all
corner, just meditating.
over. Oh, I'm messaging check
Yeah,
myself.
Claw will like point towards her, just be like, over there.
I rolled a 13 total for a medicine check on myself for trying to bandage myself up.
Hey, you do a decent job. I'm gonna say with 13, you're not gonna fix anything, but you do, the
I'm
major.
bandaged.
Yeah, say you're technically covered, and you have some pressure applied to your wounds.
Yeah. So you see bandages, some leaking blood. I don't know what colored blood Ganasis have, but water, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I hope your wounds heal. I can't unfortunately say the same of the men you killed, but I'm sure I can find out more information from them tomorrow.
Mm.
In the meantime, the stew smells great, Claw. I'm gonna go check on our Sleeping Beauty.
We're doing bread bowls this time. I've made sure to get you one as well.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Good.
It's been a while since I've had a bread bowl.
Bread bowl.
Now I want a bread bowl.
I know. I haven't had.
Oh, what a bread bowl, though.
The only time I seem to be able to find bread bowls now is when we've gone to Busch Gardens during Christmas.
Panera.
Yeah, Panera has bread bowls.
That's Panera. Not
Yeah,
a fan.
Panera.
The St. Louis Bread Company.
I don't like Panera.
So you, as you're going to check, is there anything else, Claw, Nariana, checking before I
If
move
Ty
on?
asks me, I'll heal him, but otherwise I'm oblivious to him being injured.
He probably wouldn't want to bother you right now. He's like, I'll heal over time.
I'll take a long rest.
That's basically
That's all you're
I'm
doing.
not injured. I'll take a long rest.
Okay, so Teresa,
Hi.
after the emotional overload of a few days ago, where your body just, with the weight and exhaustion and the mental strain, you did find yourself being quote-unquote overloaded, and you went through a hibernative reset, in the sense of you were resting in gaining back energy and allowing your body to re-regulate yourself, and so you are slowly, while that conversation was happening, you were slowly coming back to consciousness. So you were, by the time John would walk over to you, you would be laying there conscious, but very, very tired.
Okay.
So John, you would
I was gonna say, you would also have a zombie rabbit on you.
at this point
Oh,
curled up.
that's right. I forgot he was a rabbit.
So you walk up as you see, you say the As Constantine's like, holy shit!
I'm just primed to punch.
He just like hops up.
It's fine. It's fine. It's Constantine.
Oh,
I thought this
Oh.
might be a bit more of a
oh,
teddy bear-like form as opposed to a raven. So
Half the face
Oh.
is skull. There's like a rib
Uh.
cage popping out.
thank you. I'm just gonna like go over to like a corner and just dry heave, just out of just letting everything go. Just.
I'm gonna do like a really quick insight check.
Constantine's just on the bed now, just going like,
With a natural 1, John's gonna assume that dry heaving's from Constantine, so he's just gonna Constantine. Just like quickly recall him.
That was so weird.
okay, woo.
Right. You can do that. Hi. I'm Teresa. I mean, wait. Already. Shoot. Sorry. Got my wires crossed.
Literally, your wires.
Yeah. How long was I out? Hour?
Quite a few
Days?
days. Days.
Days?
Yes.
As in how many days?
It's been about a week.
No, they went down on the Sunday. It's now
So,
Wednesday
okay,
night.
so it's been about half a week. About 4 days.
4 I was.
You know what? Claw is making some really wonderful smelling stew. We're gonna put it in bread bowls. I think that maybe if you're up to it, if you're not gonna heave again, maybe if you'd like to eat something, and we can kind of
Yeah.
catch you up as a group.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Of course, I'll give you a few minutes of
Yeah.
privacy to get
No,
ready.
no, it's fine. I think I got it all out mostly, or got the nothingness out. Yeah. Can I? God, I just had this weirdest dream. Do you do you ever have dreams? Like dreams of like the things you've done like past and then they're just and then it's fine all of a sudden and then you like it just turns horribly wrong.
I mean, I probably on occasion have had similar dreams like that, but memories and the subconscious, your insecurities and your fears making themselves reminiscent in your dreams. It happens.
Okay.
Well, why don't you come out with me and we can talk all about it.
Yeah, I like that. And you see, Teresa's just kind of like a little shaky mess, but when is she ever not a shaky mess?
So walking back out into the main room, John is accompanied with Teresa, who is finally awake.
Hey guys.
Hey, Punchy, we got bread bowls.
Oh, Sleeping Beauty's
Bread
awake.
bowls?
What is it, the
bread?
Punchy or just me talking about bread bowls again? What is it?
My dad, well, I don't know if he was my dad, but I'm just gonna keep saying he's my dad because that sounds easier. He used to make. He can't cook for shit, but he used to make this amazing bread, and so bread sounds wonderful right now.
Can't guarantee it's Dad's bread, but it's locally made. Somebody's dad made it, so.
Somebody's dad made it.
Somebody's.
Sounds great.
Look, you go to a mom and pop shop, someone's a dad.
I,
It's the pop part.
Something smells good.
Why do I feel like it just for canon, like John's sitting there thinking about like the 80-year-old dude who never had children, who's like the baker, but he's just gonna
My
shut the
bread
fuck
or
up
my
about that. Like,
Each loaf is by special boy.
right? That's exactly what my brain was.
You go in there going like, what kind of bread do you have? Well, this is
But I'm not
Carrie,
about to
this
burst
is
their bubbles for
Janice,
that.
This is Fred.
I made a fresh rosemary.
This is my
today.
little bread boy. He's got a little bread.
We got ginger Freds. What are that? Well, they're like gingerbread cookies, but they're bread, and they're all named Fred.
And my suffering.
He's like a really... Would he be like an alchemist, artificer by
An artificer.
baking?
He wouldn't be making an iron defender. He'd make a bread defender.
Yes.
It's like Boudin in San Francisco where they have like those little bread alligators, except it's
I
like a
love-
little bread person.
It would still be an iron defender,
I
but it
have
would
so
just be a
many.
bread slicer with legs.
I hate this.
Or he's a toaster.
I hate this. What, the brave little toaster?
Yeah, he's got the brave little toaster for an
I hate
iron
Is that your
hate
defender.
next character?
The brave little
I was gonna
toaster.
say somebody's taking notes. Like,
Look, I was talking about making a barbarian that's a chef, so I mean, he's got to come from a family somehow. It's just
Right.
zero, but it's a family of like artificer bakers, and then there's the
Sweet
barbarian.
lord, I don't like where this is headed. I don't even know how I would be like, oh, your bakery burned down.
I'm just making Chef Zero. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought it was Chef Boyardee.
That's his name now.
Okay.
Chef Boyardee.
Boy.
After that tangent.
Braid.
Wow, what is you're
Continue.
making? It smells really good.
Do.
A woman of few words, Claw, but when she speaks,
That
she
smells
speaks
like.
true.
I mean, it looks really good. So
Some lamb.
ooh, delicious. Wait, is it halal? Wait.
May I suggest for a special kick using this hot sauce I found in the cabinet that was unlabeled.
Unlabeled hot
Marinating
sauce.
for forever.
I rolled for that, and it was spicy, but not super spicy.
No, it was a regular one.
Yeah,
Is it just like Tapatio?
a little bit above that.
Yeah.
Can I try the hot sauce and roll like a constitution or something to see how I
See
can
if
handle
Claw
it?
likes
Sure,
spice.
sure.
Yeah.
This claw is spicy, lady.
Let's see. Oh god. Okay. 11.
This is about the top level of what you could handle with pure spice at the moment. You have never really, because of the nature of where you're from and how you lived your life before, making and purposely eating spicy things wasn't really a thing.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. I just wanted to see.
John's gonna go over to where Narayana is meditating and just kind of clear his throat lightly. Sorry to interrupt your meditation. Would you like to join us for dinner?
I'll be right there.
Teresa's awake as well, so.
Oh, okay. So Narayana will get up and go over and check on Teresa. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. I woke up with a zombie rabbit on my person. I don't know if it was supposed to be comforting, but
I think it was meant to be comforting.
it was like it was
most
comforting in a
assuredly meant to be comforting.
it was comforting in a very macabre way. So yeah, I'm gonna go with comfortingly macabre.
Unfortunately, when you have an undead familiar, there's really only so much comfort that one could get from their
You can't
appearance.
change him into like living, or is that not how?
It's
like,
not really the nature of his bond with me.
What if we get him like a
Oh.
costume?
Could get him a costume.
I don't know if he would like that.
Would you like Constantine, even though you've recalled him, would you like him to still be able to talk to you, or only when he's out?
I think as long as he's technically summoned, he can talk to me, but when he's dismissed, no. If that makes any sense.
So right now he's still summoned, but...
He's still summoned, yes, yeah.
So you would hear... I'm not wearing no frou-frou costume to look normal.
Yes, he would not like that. He
Gotcha. Okay.
prefers the way he looks, I guess.
I mean, it looks pretty good.
Stop,
Little-
King.
I'm just thinking like a flesh costume.
Um,
That's so disgusting, though.
But if I'm being honest, I didn't leave him on you so much for comfort as much as just to keep an eye, as the rest of us have been busy doing things over the last few
Right.
days. I didn't want to leave you alone, as it were.
Speaking of that, how is everyone? How are you all?
We're alive. I'm a little beat
Yeah,
up.
there you go. Surviving,
That's
I
good.
guess.
Anything
caught a
interesting
man.
happen?
Oh crap! I ripped open a wound. Hold on.
I caught a man today.
Hey.
Oh, what's his name?
Oh, no, he was a
Is he like that stable boy that you found?
Ty, it was the one that got away from us.
Oh.
When you mentioned
Oh, thank
Chester,
you.
Clark gets kind of sullen and just like turns around.
At the
okay,
mention
okay,
of
I'm
a
sorry.
stable boy, I'm just gonna be like, stable boy? There was a stable boy? who
Just
was
lean in
breaking the
close
law?
to John, be like, "Shh, it was a boy she met in one of the towns. They got connected. Something bad happened to him. She's kind of touchy about it. I'd say you leave it alone for now."
Oh, alright then. Never mind. Carry on.
I see. Carry on.
Sad music.
This,
plays. Bum, 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 bum.
This stew, it's delicious.
I'd rate
Very-
it, as DM, I'd rate it a solid 7 out of 10.
It's very delicious.
With my
I can really
experiences,
taste
that's good.
the lamb.
It was chicken.
That's how good it is. You convince them that chicken was lamb.
Way to spin that.
Right.
I mean, everything tastes like chicken. Let's be honest. So.
I'll have you know, people taste like pork.
How would
Not
you
by my
know
tongue.
I'd like
that?
to
I
insight
mean,
check
what?
that. Just, please.
How do you know?
I have an answer for this. If you don't-
17.
Okay, do you have a retort? Because I have a reasoning why you'd know that.
I was gonna say I'd probably talk to a lizard folk.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Enough of Dryota's covered in probably lizard folks that talk to a few of them. They'll tell you that humans taste like pork.
Sometimes a raider, you're low on food, and a raider shows up to try and steal your food, and they become food. So yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
he would definitely have.
It would kind of click with me, being like, okay, he's from Dryota, and they're very. Okay,
He's fully
alright.
confident in what he's saying.
All right. Never mind.
While asleep, though, I didn't cause you guys any problems, right?
I wasn't here. I was out doing my job.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
you haven't
Okay.
caused any problems. We did
check your
discuss
host.
some things though,
Hmm.
and I don't want to push when you're recovering, but we do feel like it's a bit imperative to try to
No,
understand
it's
your
fine.
situation a little more.
Yeah, no, I get it. Things are still a little hazy, but bits and pieces come back to me every so often. Definitely one chunk of memory came back while I was out. For better or for worse. That's kind of why I was asking you if things about that dream thing. Mhm.
Right. Do you want to talk about your dream?
Yeah. I'm just trying to put it into words. While I was out, I remembered something from my past life as Tressa. Remember. So, for those who don't know, I was essentially I was essentially constructed with the purpose of winning a war for the top dogs of my sliver. This was many years ago, and basically me and my unit would go into resistance towns and what we thought was liberating from the quote-unquote terrorists, was just beheading the head of the resistance in each town and village. So that's a bit of context. I remember after capturing one such resistance town, there was this kid. She was from one of the richer families and was a bit of a loyalist to the oligarchy, and I just remember her looking at me. You can't be much older than like 8, and she just kind of looked at me with like these big bright eyes and a really beautiful smile, and she said, she said, "Thanks for saving us." And she was praising me and saying, I want to be just like you when I grow up. And I just couldn't say anything back. I was horrified by my actions, and I so desperately wanted to scream at her that no, she doesn't want to be like me. She doesn't want blood on her hands. She doesn't want to murder innocent people. And so I just ran away, and no matter how far I would run, she would always catch up. She would always say things like that to me, and then she multiplied, was catching up, and then just kept on getting close to me and started grabbing me and ripping at me and tearing at me, until I was, and just kept pulling me until I was sinking and fully submerged. So that my dreams weren't pleasant, to say the least.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah.
So let's start back at the beginning. You say that you were constructed to win this war.
Yeah. If you look at me right now, you'd think I'm a normal human, right? For the most part.
For the most part.
For the most part.
If we hadn't met you, like, a while ago.
Well, I was constructed to be like this to blend in. I am somewhat of like I've come to learn that I'm somewhat of a Warforged-esque, I think. I wasn't born, but I was created in a lab.
So that's why his
Uh,
arms close.
So if this war was so long ago, then you were not created by Charles Marigold.
No, he found me after the people in charge decided I was defective and useless. They discarded me, and he, for better or worse, found me a little, a lot while later.
Did something happen for them to think you defective or useless?
I think it was because they didn't think that I was starting to question. They didn't like it that I was starting to question things.
Ah, okay. That I get that.
I started questioning things instead of taking them for face value, and a good soldier follows orders, and I was not good. I was not a good soldier, so.
Well, sometimes being a good soldier doesn't always mean being a good person.
Mm-hmm. A better person asks questions.
So you are not the child of Charles Marigold.
I am not, though. I've come to find out that, like you, I have the soul of his daughter, Teresa, inside of me. Who is, who is his daughter. I don't remember the details. I don't know why. It's all a bit of a blur. That's kind of why I wanted to talk to him. But when I tried, it seems like his time is started to come to an end. I hope that he it is okay and alive still, but I'm not sure.
What do you mean his time started to come to an end?
He's in prison. Recently found out that he's in prison. This was like little ways away, a little time away from when I was sent from my hometown and we separated. But I got this transmission from him, this message. I don't know, something must have triggered it. He was in prison. He looked really bad, and I don't know if this was pre-recorded or if this was like a live thing, but towards the end, he was saying how like sorry he was for what he did to me, and essentially it cut out with some concerning and horrifying things. So I don't know if he is alive or he is not, but
Since you found out he's not your father, how do you feel about Charles now?
uh, for a little bit I thought I I had a bit of animosity towards him, keeping up this lie, um, knowingly. But as I was in my coma, I started to think, that, um, uh, uh, think back on our memories together, everything that we've been through, and I think he genuinely cared about me.
Kind of like a father you may have never had.
Yeah, I mean,
I get that.
we constructed aren't really given parents. We're given creators, but Charles was a bit like a father to me.
Hmm.
I feel like, and the fact that I don't know if he is okay or not worries me. Um, which is why uh, I I want to go back to my sliver to Felidin to try and figure out where he is, and I I know it's a bit of a long shot, but I have to know.
I mean, that's fair, but you really need answers.
We were also thinking that if in some chance we could, when I was thinking that Marigold might have created you, I was thinking that maybe he could remedy whatever situation is going on with you. But even if we can't get to him, we may be able to find other help in your home sliver.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he didn't really know when he found me, when he was tinkering with me. He didn't really know what was going on with me, since this technology was a little too far out of his scope. But he harnessed parts of it and utilized it to create the very railway systems that connect the slivers, and a bunch of other uh, bits of progress. I don't know if he'd be able to fix me if he's still alive, but I do want to at least see him.
I do have a contact in Felidin that I've reached out to. I can see if she might have some information. She may not, but she is an artificer.
What's her name?
Her name is Peach.
Does that ring a bell?
Give me a history check.
Yes, ring. Chill. Oh. Yeah, 3.
That name does not ring an immediate bell for you. You know your father had many people study with him or people who apprenticed with him. You never really met with many people, depending on how long or how frequent they'd be there. But you've never heard a negative thing, but you've also never heard a positive thing. So it's kind of just like they might have been there and studied with my father for a little bit.
Yeah, they might have been one of my one of the people working with my father. Doesn't really ring a bell, but if she can help, I would be all the more grateful.
If nothing else, she can get us information and perhaps a place to stay. I think she'd be willing to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Can I do a quick insight check on the rest of the group, because Teresa just dropped some shit bombs, and John just wants to see how everybody else is reacting
Yeah,
to this.
with me. And then we'll go through and I'll...
23.
Yeah, that'll be your blanket.
Yeah.
I'll do it for everyone. Okay, with a 23, if anyone's trying to hide their emotions, I'm going to need you to give me deception. If not, we're going to go around and you guys are going to let us know how you're feeling. So before I go start asking, is anyone would like to try and hide their feelings? Cool. Then we will start. Is there anyone you'd want to look at? I'll let you drive this. Who do you want to look at first?
I think to start out, I feel like John would think anyway that Teresa and Dragonheart probably have the closest relationship. So this is what John thinks.
Mhm.
Not that it's accurate. So he's gonna start with Dragonheart.
Dragonheart's taking it all in. Again, Dragonheart's mentality for the most part when it comes to Teresa, because he can still tell that Teresa has no idea what's going on for the most part with who she is. And she is still absorbing a lot of this information that's going back and forth. In his head, he's like, as long as Teresa, or he's calling her Punchy now because she doesn't know which name she's going with. That way you still have a name. I mean, it makes sense. Again, so
Right.
I guess you could almost, like, it's that we, I guess you could say we'll say we're a makeshift tag team. It's like, hey, if we're going to coexist, we got to trust each other. You got a lot going on, but know that I can still be that person that you can tag in when you need to. I'm using wrestling
Just
terms,
like
because
that
of course
wrestling. Is that wrestling?
It's a wrestling term.
Whoa!
So he's just kind of, you can see that he's like, that's a lot of fucked up shit. Well, at least she's got us still around here, or at least me sticking around. Again, as long as she's got my back, I'll punch in the other direction for her.
Okay. Next would be to Nariana.
Ariana's like silently crying, just feeling overwhelmed that she's went through so much and she's going through so much and all of this is happening to her. Her heart's going out to her and she's just crying for her.
Okay. Next would be Ty.
Ty will probably be like trying to comprehend all the I guess the tech aspect of it and like the like history aspect, like what the freak, like that's a lot. I didn't know that you could do all that. But like the emotional aspect of like you found of someone who can take care of you as a father would bring up memory of like the person who found him and like looked after him after like his family died and whatnot. So this will kind of sultry feeling or something like that. I think that's the word.
So I don't think sultry.
I don't think sultry's
Not
the
sultry.
word.
Sultry is like more solemn. Are you thinking of solemn?
Solemn maybe.
So,
But, a
Solid?
little bit, yeah. I'm thinking about my past a little bit,
Okay.
like an understanding.
Okay, and then Claw.
Claws, like when you guys were talking about, like when you guys were like theorizing about everything that was going on, it was like hard for her to comprehend. So with everything that's being dropped, she's just kind of like open mouth staring, just kind of like holding the spoon to her mouth, just like listening pretty intently and trying to like connect the dots and everything that's been going on with Teresa.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay, yeah. Like, especially that she was, like, created to, like, fight in a war that was a really long time ago. She's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
That's where a little bit I was at too.
I got a 12.
With a 12, it does take a little bit of will, brain power and thinking of things, but in context, Claw would get the gist that Teresa's in a very tumultuous place, being like created, born, feelings, history, memories. Like, so you would have said that Claw would get that. Now, not the specific scientific things, but would understand that Teresa's going through it right now, and
Yeah,
doesn't really
yeah.
know about family.
Yeah, so she's definitely just kind of, like, intently just kind of, like, watching Teresa as she's, like, talking and just being like, who's Tressa? Like, what happened to, like, just kind of, like,
Who are these
confused a
people?
little bit, but, like, trying her best to, like,
yeah.
connect the dots and everything, so.
So nobody's showing any type of like real fear, hesitation towards Tressa, correct?
Not as far as anyone's shown. It's all care, all worry.
Okay.
Sounds like an answer you were not hoping
No. It's just I'm trying because like John's sitting here like,
follow.
oh, you're a
Hey,
war
thanks.
machine.
Thank you.
All right then.
Apparently, Typhoon's feeling sultry about it. So.
Yeah.
War machine. So.
Roll for initiative.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, no, I mean John
11.
John would kind of take stock of that though, because you know what John just heard is I am a war machine that has been imparted with the soul of another being, and that's why I've been going crazy, and that's why I'm unpredictable, and obviously there's a whole lot of emotion there, but John's looking at the logical side of things, going like,
Yeah.
red alarms are going off in his
Yeah.
head. So seeing like everybody else like not panicking and like is a little reassuring to him, but also a little like
What the fuck, you guys?
yeah, is also a little like
Are you all insane?
Are you all crazy?
Yes. Should kill her right now and be
John
done
just
with
looks
it.
again. Ah, that's right. Luchador, Robit,
I mean, if you want
mostly
mine, so
animal,
inside of
guy
it,
who's not really a Ganassi, but is the same. Yeah, you're all just fucking crazy.
I think that's fair too.
Right.
I did
Um,
warn of that early on.
So I mean, I guess John will just, you know, after kind of like observing everybody else around the table, just sort of be like, well, I'm not going to lie to you. That scares the ever living hell out of me.
Yeah, I get that.
I can't imagine how you must feel just having.
It scares
this
the ever living
realization.
hell out of me. I didn't trust me. I did not want to punch Claw. I did not want to attack Dragonheart. I
You kind of did, let's be
know.
honest.
But that brings into question
Well,
now.
in
do
a
you
whole
have more
different, like-
control?
What?
That brings the question out: do you have more control or least control now, or less control?
How do I like just flexing my muscles and like receding into myself a bit, DM.
Mhm.
How much control do I
Give me an insight
have
check.
or think I have? Oh right, it's at disadvantage. 16.
With a 16, I will let you know that you honestly have no clue on if this new revelation is
Yeah.
going to allow you to control yourself in those moments, or with the conflicting, feelings you have in this new weight of memory, if it's easier for you to then slip back into that. So you are very much unsure at the current juncture of your, stability. When you get into like panicked moments, you have control now when you're not near death, but those near death moments you're still unsure of.
I'm gonna be honest here. Things are tumultuous. I don't really have a good enough answer that would satisfy you, which is kind of why I was asking earlier for your, or one of the reasons why I was asking for your help, John. You're practiced in magic, and I am made out of magic apparently. So, if there's any kind of kill switch or like a thing that flips when I turn, I would like to realistically or like ideally disable it, or at least just know that it exists, and I don't want to hurt you guys. I mean, I just found out my dad might be dead, and you guys are all I have left. I am a relic of the past, out of time, out of touch, out of everything. And so right here, and I'm just gonna tear up a little bit because I'm actually tearing up right now. You guys are all I have left. You guys are all that is stable within my life right now. The one constant. And I know you all got your own things going on, but I also want to say that I will, with whatever I am, I want to help you guys. I want to protect you guys. I don't want to lose any more of you like we lost Rin. I can't.
I imagine we can see her getting.
Oh,
moves,
this, yeah, no. DC 0.
Star's crying right now.
Oh, I'm verifying the difference between Star crying and
DC,
Teresa
you can
crying.
clearly tell Teresa is just laying it all out for you.
Well, look, there's a number of things. First, I mean, according to John, Bryn's not too far, so at least even in spirit, but she's still with us. Second off, as far as getting better control, then there's no one better to help with that than the guy who meditates most of the time. Guess what? That's me. You already know me. You can tell he's being almost comical about the fact that he's pointing out again that we've done meditating before. And he's like, hey, if anybody knows about centering yourself, trying to figure out who you are, it's what he's already doing in the first place. So again, he's being over dramatic to try and shift things. Again, he's an entertainer first and foremost, so he's trying to gear it. So he's like, look, all the skills that you could ever need are right here. You need to find God? Nariana. You need to figure out how to drive a boat? Ty. You need to know how to figure out who you are and punch real hard? Guess what? We're already on that path. You need to make sure that you can skin a deer in 7 seconds without blinking an eye? You got Claw. As well as great vocabulary, because Claw's got all that already in the bag. Yeah. Etiquette training on point. If you need a bird or a rabbit, we got John here who's totally helpful in that regard, as well as his other plethora of skills. You can investigate those trauma points. I mean, I don't know. You're more of an... I'm trying to use investigate as a clever pun. You got anything, John?
I can attempt to take a look at your robotic frame and see if perhaps there's a manual kill switch, but it's not really my area of expertise.
He's gonna check out your body. All right.
That just makes it sound
check
very...
out my body.
I imagine the group of laughs, and John's like, "Wait, no, hold on."
I have to say, I do appreciate you, Dragonheart. I appreciate all of you for not instantly, after learning what I am, after me learning what I am, after everything that I've done to you guys, the pain and thing that I've caused, that you guys didn't, throw me out or, dismantle me and, leave it at that, Because that's kind of what,
Teresa, don't go
a smart person would do.
Let's bring it back in. We're talking about family at this point. We ain't throwing nobody out. We're not disassembling. No,
I was gonna say
kill switch.
John looks at the manacles down out of his pants.
Rotates John slightly so the manacles are pointing away from the group. We're not here to disassemble. We're not here to do that. We're here to build each other up. We're our own group of artificers. We're building a family. And as far as, fights, I grew up fighting my dad on purpose and not aggressively. So, well, not maliciously, I'll say.
A few days ago, you told me, Dragonheart, that you didn't care who I was or where I was from or what I am. The only thing that matters to you is that if I have your back, you have mine.
Yep.
And so I will, I will reiterate that if you have my back, I have yours.
Excellent, Punchy. Until you figure yourself out, it doesn't matter. As long as
You can keep calling me Teresa if you want.
you got it, Punchy.
Yeah.
Look, we all have troubled pasts and baggage, and things that are, well, we know we're still learning a lot about each other, and we learn more about each other every day, and it makes us who we are. Like, for example, John shared with us some pretty deep things about his past that got him to here, and I thank you for that, John. For a bunch of random people. Well, okay, you and I have something in common, which is crazy to you, I'm sure.
I mean, we are both
humanoids. Yes.
Are you guys?
I already know what
both
you're going to say,
secretly
John.
ACAB?
But John's secretly a cab. But look, Teresa, you're sharing a lot of your past. John was kind enough to share with us. So I'll do the same. Now, some of you have met my family, right? You met Dad. Dad's cool. You met my stepmom.
He's really cool.
Stepmom is nice. I like my stepmom. You guys did not meet. You guys did not meet my mom. Much like you, John, I lost her when I was a kid. It was nothing crazy, like, she wasn't murdered or anything. We just, in a world with not a lot of magic, sometimes life happens. So I lost her about the same age you did. But we carry things with us from them. For example, my mom taught me primordial. I was already dabbling with dragons and, with a dad such as myself breathing fire and whatnot. My mom thought it was a great idea to, if I was going to dabble in the magic of elements with dragons, I might as well learn the language of elements. Which is why I could understand you at the table. And I know it seemed probably a little confusing that I came out and just, talk with it. But that's something I carry with me. I don't have too many memories with my mom. But my times with that, where Dad falls asleep in his chair, because he's not the learned type. So he's in his recliner asleep, and Mom is sitting with me with a educational book. I carry that with me.
I actually relate to that in an unbelievable amount.
Well, that's
sorry
great.
for your loss.
It was a long time ago at this point, and I've made peace with that. And like I said, my stepmom's great. She makes my dad happy. My dad's happy. And in all reality, I couldn't ask for a better family as far as that goes. We support each other, and we love each other, and we work together, and that's not too bad.
You carry the memories of the people you care about.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
Well, that's what we're doing here. We were kind of thrown together, and now we have our common missions. We're here to figure out, everything from, what's going on in the country at this point that led to our unfortunate events of Rin's passing, and our doppelgangers and whatever else is going on. And unfortunately, that is the trauma that we carry together. But that is one of the traumas that combines us as family. And sometimes families grow, sometimes they shrink. It happens, and we carry it together. But right now, we are just that. We're family. This is Teresa's moments of figuring out we're a family. Ty, your sister, is kind of in a precarious situation. You're family, so she's family, and we'll figure out that situation as well. Teresa's dad, Claw, we haven't talked too much about your family, but
I'm sorry.
Player knowledge, I know it's not good, but character,
just Claw.
Claw. I mean, when you feel open enough to talk about that stuff. We're, again, family. We're here for you when you need it. Ariana, we met your family. Your parents are great. Lovely people. Very kind. But they're family as well. John, when you're around us at this point, you're family, as long as you need it. I know I'm very anti-authority, but you seem to be doing your best to be a good person.
You want to be a part of the Order of Tarts?
That's actually a real thing for you all, isn't it?
Yes.
The Order of Tarts.
You all.
Look,
I mean,
look,
It's
we all
not just-
you.
It wasn't just a funny name that somebody came up with.
I mean, it is a
Look,
funny name,
it
but
wasn't
that's
cute.
not.
all
like,
things considered, we all worked for Ren. Ren said Order of Tarts, and it's that, and now we have to keep it in her memory.
Yes, we
You
have
take
to.
4 points of psychic damage as you just get a to the back of your skull.
I know we.
That
just
was
met.
unnecessary.
Ren get you?
Yes.
Yeah, you
That's
deserve
my
it.
kid.
You know, speaking
So-
of...
She learned that punch from me.
Say
by the
claw.
way. Oh.
I was just gonna say, during this time, Claw's been pretty silent and just was like stopped eating. But if anybody had looked at her, you saw her doing like something kind of weird with like the little extra bread pieces, and then once there's kind of a lull, she'll just be like, "This is the family of the Order of Tarts." And if you look down, you just see like little breadcrumbs that are kind of like in the vague shapes of people that are like holding
Aw.
hands.
That's so cute.
And like they're kind of like there's like little height differences and stuff, and like you can kind of vaguely tell who's supposed to be who, but it's just like, you know, just like a little
Dragonheart
line
ones,
of
the head's
people holding
dumped, so it gives
hands.
it a different color.
Yeah, they'll just be like holding hands, and then like on the end there'll be one that's like kind of tall and skinny with like a little thing next to it, and like John, you could probably pick up that that's you. So she'll just be like, "This is our new family, and thank you."
Thank you, Claw.
And then she'll just like kind of go back down to just staring at the bread bowl.
Scoop all of them and just throw in her mouth. There's no record of.
No, I have emotions.
I promise, for as long as I am able to, I will help and protect you all. I had people that I considered family once that were a part of my unit. It's why I have started ever since regaining my memories to put little flowers in my hair as a remembrance for a past comrade. And I want you all to know that not just with Dragonheart, but I've got you guys, and I will help protect your values and ideas and goals for as long as I am able to.
Ariana's just there crying. Oh, go ahead.
No, yeah. Or no, Ariana's just crying. And then, yeah, Claw will start just, like, having, like, tears. Like, you know when you just, like, have tears, like, holding back, but you can feel them bubbling over, and then they just, like, fall down your face. Claw will start just, like, they'll just start rolling down, and she'll just quietly be like, "I would protect all of you with my life, and I haven't felt that in a very long time." And she'll just look at everybody, like, individually and just reiterate, "With my life." And then she'll get up and go to the bathroom.
The most claw thing you could have done.
I have
I
said my
love you
piece.
all, and I will protect you forever.
Don't look
I
at
feel
me.
like we need a group hug, guys.
Yes.
Group hug. You mean we're not going to participate in the group cuddle puddle again?
Yeah, group cuddle puddle.
John, you're exempt.
John,
I mean, I can't promise that Rin
you're
won't punch you
kind of
again,
exempt,
but
but-
Yeah, I'm not really much of a Well, it's not that I don't like to cuddle. I just have a very specific way of getting comfortable at night. So, no thank you.
Give it time.
Think of me right now. Think like hugging you right now. Like just mentally picture me hugging you right now. Like I'm trying to give you like a mental hug.
Are you trying to project it into his mind?
Yeah.
I don't really have anything against hugs. It's just when you're sleeping at night, the whole act of a cuddle puddle just seems very. It just doesn't seem to
Sweaty.
help with the act
Yeah.
of sleeping in itself.
Ren liked
Ren
it a
punches
lot.
again.
When John says he doesn't mind hugs, Nariana goes and gives him a ginormous hug.
You're about what,
Yeah.
waist height to this ginormous beanstalk?
Yeah, I mean,
This telephone pole.
I don't mind hugs. Yeah, he'll give you a hug.
This twig.
I'm
he's-
5'10". I'm not that short.
Well, he's what, 7 foot?
How tall did I? Yeah, how tall did I make this? Fucking.
I'm on it.
He's 6'9".
6'9", okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Almost a
Hey,
foot
nice.
between us.
Yeah, dad's big.
With that all out of the way, I just like to say thank you again. And John, do you want? When would you like to do? I'm guessing for you, information would probably help you feel a bit more safer about things. When would you like to
Check me out.
inspect me?
I will say this. Whenever you're comfortable, I can attempt to look. Like I said, it's not mechanics and the like aren't really my forte. I was actually thinking I may have better luck, perhaps trying to establish a connection with Teresa. But I can
might
still
be able to bring her out.
attempt. If nothing else, maybe if we can get you to Felidin, maybe Peach could take a look. She might know more than I do.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And I would I know that you don't know her. Peach is a very old friend of mine. An ex actually. And I
Oh.
rather do trust her immensely. So
that means quite a bit. Then
yes.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
Great. But yes.
Would you
whenever-
rather me have those manacles on than to
I-
give you peace of mind? Because
I
I saw you're looking at them.
it's not really. I'm still coming to terms with the details of your past, but bearing in mind the nuance of the situation, I think it's fine.
It seems to be
Okay.
only in stressful situations.
So just don't get in the stressful situations. Looks at
So
DM.
meditation, pointing to
Meditation.
Ariana
Meditation.
and Dragonheart,
Yes.
who both meditate. Like,
Look, you never know what happens when you meditate. Sometimes you
Or
learn ice
find a
powers.
vice.
I also don't want to like go back to the state of what I was before, where it was just following orders and then like just ice cold nothing when I carried out my things. I still like to like feel things, just I guess controlled feeling.
Oh, cool. They don't just dump a bunch of hot sauce into her stew. You'll feel that.
Typhoon, do you have anything you'd like to?
Nah. I feel like everything's oversaturated right now. It's all good.
Oversaturation and never hurt anybody.
Debatable.
We're all trauma dumping right now and trying to be a family.
We're all trauma dumping.
Oh no, I
great.
would just be repeating what's already been repeated a few times. I don't feel like repeating it because it's basically Fast and Furious for family over and over again. I just
Fair
don't wanna
enough.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's like it's okay. It's been said several times now. It's all good.
Fair enough.
Okay. You all have a nice meal together and spend your evening, talking, learning about each other, just having a grand old time. Drawing her, Nariana probably are like, okay, this is how meditating works. and you guys have a philosophical debate about what meditation means. Because
Connect with your gods. Connect with yourself. Connect with your gods. Connect with yourself.
I will say, you both meditate, but you both meditate about radically different things.
Connect with your outside surroundings. Connect with your inside
being.
My insides are all full of metal.
Good. Count on that. Focus on the electricity. The
So we
sparks
will-
between everything.
We'll take our break here. We will be right back with everyone getting their long rest, and we will pick
Yay,
up
long rest.
on the next day to go over what your plan is moving forward. So don't touch that dial. We will be right back, so stick around and see what happens next.
Woo! Long rest.
I no longer have
need
exhaustion.
that.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back.
Now I want
Roll
butter.
call.
I know. I'm hungry.
To roll call.
Roll butter.
Butter
roll.
roll.
Butter rolls.
Butter
boy.
roll.
Okay,
Bread
so
bowls.
I just want so much bread now.
Right.
Give me the
carbs.
Blah,
We come back, unless there was something specific you guys would like to talk about the night before. We are going to pick up the day after. You guys are all continuing your various jobs, what you've been asked to do. I will ask Teresa, what would you like to do now that you're back awake? Are you
You're
talking? You're
muted.
muted.
Now that I'm back awake.
Because right now,
I think Teresa's just
Yeah.
after letting all that out, she's just tired again.
so you're just resting. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So we still have Claw going about helping people in need with and also being the outdoor group unit.
The ranger, the park ranger.
Yes, you're pretty much you're pretty much the park ranger right now in the city.
Now I can't help but think that Claw is just the Ron Swanson of D&D.
Oh my God.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's exactly who I based it off of.
That's facts.
Nariana is still helping and healing, working with Pauline Lowry when able. Typhoon, you still copping it?
Yeah, I would talk to Teresa before we all head
Okay.
out. But yeah.
So then, Dragonheart, you still copping it? And then,
John would follow up from the previous day's incident by speaking with the dead, and trying to garner some information from them.
you're talking to the two
It's so
dead people?
aggressive.
One of the two dead people?
Yes, and then John also needs to talk to Lady Tybalt about taking some time off.
Got it. Okay, so we'll hit that. Okay, Typhoon.
So yeah, I would probably pull Teresa aside for a moment if she's okay with that. She's muted again.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm eating.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm
The
eating
gist-
last night's leftovers too.
What?
Thanks. Stop talking with your mouth full.
The gist of it is basically, we've kind of, I guess we've met each other first before we met the entire party. And
Yeah.
throughout it all, I've always seen the love that you've had for your father. And, it shows the love that he has for you. And no doubt, no matter whatever soul resides within you, whatever, I guess, pathway or whoever you are still you at the end of the day. And he will love you just as we love you as a family. And just want you to know we all support you. And then I would flick a coin to you that has a hole in the center, and it's my lucky coin. This is my lucky coin.
Oh my god.
That crazily enough, I actually I was shot at once and actually went through the coin. I didn't get shot myself. I mean, part of the
For
coin went
what
at me. But,
reason?
for times when you feel super stressed.
No.
Or if you feel those
No,
moments.
The time you was rest.
I mean,
No,
why
why
were
were
you
you shot at?
We don't question that. Anyways.
Pirate shit.
That's for another. Yeah, pirate ship, basically. But
God.
you're trying different ways to stay calm. I respect that. But hey, sometimes it helps to have something physical. And if you're
Thank
feeling
you.
stressed, sometimes I rub a coin. I have jewelry that I have, or a special coin. This is one of my special coins. and sometimes it helps just to play with it in my hand or rub it as like a nervous tick to kind of calm myself back down.
Thank you, Ty. That really means a lot. You know, with everything that's, you know, going on, I also want you to know that we will figure out a solution with your sister. I will, with whatever that may be. You have my full support, and I will protect her as I have protected you.
Yeah, I generally appreciate that. I would probably go in for a hug, I think.
I'll
I
give
think
you a hug.
Yeah.
She
don't
shoots
know
you
the type of
that you're
hugger or
going to
not.
protect you.
Oh yeah? Here's another one.
Oh, hey, a penny.
Okay, I hope you don't mind now. I'm gonna punch you.
Uncanny dodge.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not.
She's
I'm
like,
not
who do
in
you think I
murder
am?
mode.
Dragonheart?
If you want to spar, I'm always down, though. I'm pretty sure you'd wreck me, but hey, it's worth a try.
Nah, you're pretty tricky.
You're
So-
pretty strong.
I mean, brute force only gets you so far.
I mean, in certain situations, it gets you farther than not strength, but yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Fair enough.
I'm not in a murderous rage yet.
Yeah, same. Anyways, get some rest. I'm gonna go back on duty.
Okay, if anything arises, let me know. I not 100% yet, but I can still throw a fist when need be.
Fair enough. Yeah. Appreciate.
So you all are doing your things. We'll go over to John.
Yeah, so I guess John would know where they put the bodies. And cast Speak with Dead.
Cool.
What exactly was your goal with the bombings?
Knock out the infrastructure. Cause chaos. Make money.
Was the Merchant Guild the only target?
With the wording of the spell, do they have to tell the truth?
No, I don't believe so.
No. Okay. Potentially.
What was the regard to innocent lives in relation to your ultimate goal?
To sacrifice a few for justice is always warranted.
How long has this been going on?
To get 5 questions?
I believe it's 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at 4 now. This is 4.
Yeah.
Long enough to plant roots.
Who funds you?
They they have to answer though, but they don't have to tell the truth, or do they?
It just says they're under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
So they have to answer. It's just
it
a matter
doesn't
of.
necessarily. It's usually brief, cryptic, repetitive, or no compulsion to offer the truth.
Yeah. So you would, someone with connections.
As this spell is taking place, I'd like to roll an insight on the overarching
yeah.
conversation. God damn it, John. That is an 11.
You can't tell if he's being cryptic because he doesn't know, or if he's being cryptic because he doesn't want to tell you.
That's fair. All right, so that would be that.
There are 2 dead.
Yes. So for the second one, John is going to ask, tell me about your employer.
Our boss has the best vision for what this country should be.
And what is that vision?
Putting those that cause injustice in their place.
And how do you define injustice?
The abuse of gifts, talents, wealth, power.
Do you believe there may be a diplomatic resolution to this situation?
Words have failed. Now we burn.
The last question, I'm gonna burn it on this question, but is the Lord Regent Lady Tybalt in danger?
Anyone who stands with those that oppress need be scared.
Roll insight on him too. Useless fuck. 14.
John's just off his game today.
I know he is. Yeah.
Too
got
much trauma.
Too much on his mind.
With that, it's roughly the same. Like he you can't quite tell.
Yeah.
There's more of it that his words are more poignant, and he was very much anti-establishment.
Yeah.
But you still can't tell where he stands on the knowledge spectrum.
Correct. Fair enough. Yeah. So that will do it for that.
You want to go talk to the lady, Lord Tybalt?
Yes. Yeah. John would definitely want to talk to her. First, I think John would cover the information that he just garnered. That there is apparently a deep-rooted cell of anti-authoritarian terrorist group, quote-unquote. He's not necessarily going to call it a terrorist group, but...
Dissidents.
Residing within the city. He believes that the guild merchants are the primary target, but perhaps anybody in a seat of authority may be on the roster as well. That they consider injustices being done to the people through an abuse of power over the exchanging of monetary favors and gifts and the such like that. And he would believe that she may be in some danger from her own people, basically.
This is very troubling, John. Recently, the guild leaders, and specifically Guildmaster Rawlinson, they have been making moves. You see, she's like holding her, she's like gripping her hands and rubbing her hands together to make me a figurehead in name alone.
Can I speak freely?
Of course.
You considered leaving, stepping down, and walking away. I mean it as no slight against you or the way that you're doing things. Simply a question of precaution for your own safety.
I was given this title by the late Lord Regent, and I will do my best to serve the people of Midway and this surrounding principality.
The late Lord Regent who also passed of mysterious circumstances.
It has weighed on me, the circumstances of their passing, but that does not mean that I shy away from getting my hands dirty, per se.
Just being straightforward, you don't seem like the type of authoritarian or the type of leader who wants to see people suffer or who wants to see this separation of the classes. From what I can tell, you seem to actually care about people.
Does that surprise you, Inspector?
Not necessarily. I mean it more as an observation of perhaps simply being a figurehead wouldn't be a good use of your talents. Whereas if you were not here, and maybe in another location where your talents could be put to a better use, in the long run you may be able to actually do something about it.
I see your calculated understanding of the situation, Inspector, but even if I were to become a figurehead with no power, I would be a beacon of hope for the people here of this town, of the surrounding principality. I understand.
You would be a scapegoat.
And if that makes the lives of those around easier, then I shall be that. I grew up having everything I could possibly want taken care of. Very wealthy, very well kept. Even through that, I know people suffer. And if I must dance with partners that have no rhythm, have no decorum, in order to allow those who aren't invited to the party to enjoy themselves still, then that is what I must do. As my own person and as Lord Regent.
Of course. And I mean no offense by saying this. I'm simply looking out for your well-being. But if that is what you feel you need to do, then obviously that is what you need to do. As much as I wish that I could stay here and support you through that, I must unfortunately ask for a leave of absence of duty. Not quite sure how long.
Does it have to do with our new deputies?
They have provided a good service here, and I feel like it would be remiss of me if I didn't help them with their current situation.
I can understand and respect that connection you've made. I will say, if you do take a leave of absence, you will have no authority under my name or protection.
I understand.
Well,
I was also considering that, given their ties to the Northern Duke, perhaps I could learn a bit more about that as well.
please do. And that is not an order from your Lord Regent. That this is a request from a friend. If you'll excuse me, I must excuse myself. I have yet another meeting with Guildmaster Rawlinson.
I wish you all the luck.
Thank you. We are discussing the attacks recently. There's been open discussion on how I've been handling the people. They're pushing for more martial law.
That never goes well.
No. But sometimes it is a hard path to walk in the light. Off I must go.
I'll excuse himself and leave.
Okay. There is, for the last, few days, your technical contract will be up on the Friday, so you only have today and then a day after. None of you have any other issues. There are no more attacks or any sort of issues. I will let
I think the next day.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think the next day, after that day, Teresa would probably feel up to help rebuild and help around as much as she can.
Okay. I need you to all just give me perception checks, just one each.
Hot sauce.
18.
17.
20.
14.
24.
And
Okay.
21.
So two of you got above 20. As you were going about and rebuilding, through, listening and checking around and helping people, you do, over the next 2 days after the incident, you do hear slight whispers. And that's why it was a deed. Like, you're hearing just the lightest of information of individuals murmuring, questioning, why is all of this happening? Is the Lord Regent doing anything? Is this because of what the Lord Regent did? Is this because of the guilds? No, couldn't be. They provide the city with funding. They're the ones paying the police right now. They're the ones paying soldiers. So there's a lot of questioning on who is
really doing what. That only Teresa and Dragonheart really pick up on, and this is over, like, you guys bits and pieces throughout your
Civil
your days.
unrest.
And it goes to the last day.
You all reconvene. Lady Tybalt will not be able to join you, but she does send a one of her few assistants to come greet you all on the your yes, Claw.
Oh, I was just gonna say that on one of those 2 days, I would have found a flower in the forest to give to Teresa because she mentioned that she puts flowers in her hair now.
Aww.
Roll
So
me
what
a
I found-
nature check with I mean technically it's in your area. So say roll me nature
I found a twig.
with
I found a twig.
double proficiency.
Ooh.
Whoa, expertise.
17.
Cool. Yeah, you find a what kind of flower would you want to give?
Probably one that is like more like kind of spread out and like maybe a blue or a purple.
Like Columbine.
Yeah. Claw would know like probably like names from or just
Yeah.
like more specific,
yeah.
but generally just like one that's kind of
Yeah.
like spread out and
Cool. You find a very a perfectly fitting one for Teresa.
Cool.
How does
Wow.
Teresa react?
For me, oh, you must have heard about the thing with the flower. Yeah, thank you, Claw. That
I just thought it would help you feel a little bit better, maybe.
does. Thank you. Means a lot. I'll put it on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you? Is there? I know you're also going through a lot right now. If there's anything I can do to help with that? I know you're not the one to like you're not the loudest in the room, but if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know.
So kind of going for like an awkward, like like those awkward hugs where they're kind
Yeah.
of slow, where you're like not
Uh-huh.
quite sure, and she'll like
Yeah.
go for like a.
I'll hug.
Okay.
It's just
And it's just
bring
like
it
really
in here.
stiff, kind of, and like awkward. And then she'll like release real quick and be like, "Okay, thank you."
I'm gonna punch you now.
Now I punch.
Now you got your guard down.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Although that was how I was taught in infiltration, that is not what I'm going to do now.
Did you just say that out loud? That's what you're taught in infiltration.
Yes.
Claw will later ask Dragonheart what infiltration means.
Evil informer.
You now get a new
She-
definition of what infiltration means.
I see
She
we
will
found
be
a new word of
unnerved.
the week.
I really should. We should just buy like one of those like word of the day calendars.
Well,
and
this one seems to have been tumultuous, so next week it's going to be infiltration.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we need to infiltrate our camp. No, you're getting it. No.
Close. I appreciate that.
Yes.
We need to infiltrate the barracks.
Now you.
So,
Now you're getting it.
the assistant will drop off a letter written by the Lord Regent, as well as 3 platinum for each of you,
Whoa.
and
Jesus.
and enough rations for at least a week for each of you.
Whoa. That's money.
Sorry, I was about typing platinum money in. What'd you say after the platinum?
A week's worth of rations. The letter will be handed to you, John, and the assistant will say, "At the request of the Lord Regent, please do not open this envelope until you have safely left the city limits."
Of course.
Well, good work out there, everyone. Good show, all about. Good day.
Well, about.
Bye.
You think anybody would care if I took this hot sauce?
I'm going to be quite honest with you. These are barracks. That hot sauce has been here far before I moved in.
Well, good thing
It's good
mostly
hot
made of-
sauce.
It's mostly vinegar and peppers, so that's why it stays for as long. He just
Um,
tucks it into his bag.
Is it Tabasco?
Look, if I come across like a hot sauce shop with Dragonheart, he's gonna go crazy.
Good to know.
Because I've now decided that
Hot sauce
Dragonheart
shop.
likes hot sauce. He likes spicy
Yeah.
That
I
tracks.
love that.
foods. Yeah, the guy that breathes fire is also like, I like spicy
Why
things.
is nothing spicy anymore?
Well, now it's like, oh man, that was really spicy. Cold breath inside of his own mouth. Oh, better. Why is it tingly? Lightning breath starts to come out. Oh shit!
God, I'm a terrible wizard. I don't have sending.
Oh
You
my
do
God.
have your. By this point, your thing would be recharged again.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, John is going to message back to Peach. Just let her, because I believe she asked how many. He is going to say 6, including himself. If that's all right. Would love to know what you know about Marigold.
What time of day are you doing this?
This would probably be later in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's awake. Oh. 6 should be fine. I'll make it work. Can't discuss that. Be careful bringing that up when in Taroga.
Cool. That's all I needed to know.
Okay.
By the way, guys, been hearing around the town. There's a lot of like. I mean, I'm sure you guys already know, but there's a lot of like civil unrest. A lot of people questioning things, and I mean, I know our contract's technically up, so I don't know how much more we can do, but just seems like a lot.
I have shared my concerns with the Lord Regent. She is handling it as she sees fit. She's aware.
Okay. Good to know.
I wonder if somebody's using her just to get rid of her.
That's
John's not going to respond.
probably.
I mean, hear me out. Someone had to have made the fake bounty. Apparently, it seemed legitimate up down to like what the texture of the paper or something.
Smell.
I mean, I had it, or the smell. Yeah, like so, I had to have come from at least someone close by, but it didn't cause all of this to happen. This kind of seems like a setup.
I really shouldn't comment any further outside of the fact that the Lady Regent is aware of what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
So she.
I mean, she seems pretty nice, so. And, you know, like genuinely wanting to help people, so. I think,
She is. I do fear history will not remember her that way, though.
that's how it goes sometimes.
Just like sacrificing yourself to save a few at a time instead of like saving yourself to save more later.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I did give my formal leave, so we can set off tomorrow. Teresa, my friend, has made it rather clear that your family name
should be kept to ourselves.
Yeah, I figured that much. Hey, DM.
Hey, player.
2
days.
So, what I know about Taroga back then and now, and like security measures and such, how like crazy are they? Like, or would I know anything at all about that?
What do you mean by crazy are they? Do you mean like you're going to walk in and there's going to be a bunch of fairy fire that's going to appear around you and be like, wow, wow, wow?
Like, would I know the procedures that they normally do for people who enter Taroga, leave Taroga, different, like...
Oh, for Taroga?
For different precautions, different, like, things that they do, or is it pretty like light and lenient?
It is much more lenient than the bottom half of the sliver you're on now. You would know that there is a lot of, I guess there's not like I was gonna say a lot of, there's like guard presence in the sense of, because of how interconnected the entire sliver is versus the rest of them, the mobilization of any government effort is swift and quick, and so because of that, there isn't heavy like surveillance. It's in that they're trusting that if something does pop up, they'll be able to take care of it.
Their reaction time.
Yeah, their reaction time is much faster, unlike here, where knowledge and controlling of people is what keeps people safe. There is their reaction time and their sheer force that they can give generally means Taroga is a pretty peaceful area.
So right now we're in essentially peacetime, right? The war is long past, and the longest war is long past, and any mention of it, would it even be taught in like history books?
100% would be taught. From what Teresa would have learned about thing, your father gave the complete history, and you also have your own personal history.
I lived it.
Yeah, you would know that the war has been spun as people trying to destabilize for their own selfish gains.
Terrorism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Secession, overthrow. Like there are many things. It is not, there is a reason why the War of Burning Mountains is called that and not called anything else. Because you would know that the fact that they were burning things inside the mountains means they were trying to cripple the mercantile government. And so, yes, you would know. Teresa would also know that there are, when it comes to checking people on arrival, it's more of state your business, how long are you staying, are you under anybody's like protection or have any paperwork? If not, would they let you know cause trouble and you won't leave?
So just to the group, we're headed out to Troga, right? That's the plan. Okay. Then there's a few things you guys should know. The border crossing isn't as fierce as it was when we crossed from the north to the south. It's generally pretty light, just, state your business. Are you under any protection? The whole spiel. And then if something does happen, they're basically relying on reactionary forces to be there pretty quickly. So if something does happen, they can staunch it swiftly. I don't think there should be any problems crossing into Taroga, but I just wanted to let you guys know all this information so that we don't have the same problems as we did when we crossed from the north to the south here.
It'd be faster to go by the train or like by boat.
Train, right?
Well, if we're going to Felidin, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we're kind of lined up where we're at right now.
Going from the Sliver to Taroga probably would be quicker by train. But then, so Felidin is centered around, like, it's basically an island in the middle of a lake. If I'm remembering that
Yes.
correctly, DM. It is an island surrounded by a lake, which is then surrounded by the entirety of Taroga, which is then surrounded by the weird magic water. So,
And there's a river that takes you right to it, it seems, on the map.
There is.
yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, where we're at in Midway, there's kind of a pathway right to Felidin. Or we can go up to the trains and cross over and go back down. That's why I was like, what's...
Would I know what's faster?
In what regards? The answer I give you is heavily dependent on what do you mean by faster? Faster to get to Felidin?
I don't know if faster is the right question.
I was gonna say, faster to get to Felidin or just faster to get off of Sliver and into Taroga?
Oh,
Or I guess faster to get off Sliver.
Both. I guess both.
So
Or what's also cheapest, too.
Yeah,
The-
also.
So you all, or to say, well, a few of you would know that paying for the train is very expensive. If anyone has a passive insight over 12, you would understand that there's a reason why you were given this many platinum.
To take the train.
If you so chose, Lord Regent was going to hit the train because for all of you to go, be about a platinum each.
Mm-hmm.
You can also, so that would be your most direct route from Soluna to Taroga. The fastest way off Sliver is correct by Typhoon. Getting a boat and chartering from Midway or from Polnaret out into the ocean, and then that would get you off the Sliver. That would not get you to Felidin the fastest per se, but it also would be the most untrackable.
Are we in a time crunch?
I mean, the bounty's been
No.
lifted.
Yeah.
We gave it 2 weeks for the word for that to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, see, as
I
far
was
as you
thinking
are
fast, it's
understand,
just because we don't know if your father's alive or not. That's why I was thinking
Yeah.
fast.
so that this is the quandary you currently have. Do you head north, back through Sunrise, and train out there, or do you leave Midway, go to Polnaret, and head out to the ocean?
But we go to the ocean.
Yeah, we could go to the ocean.
John would vote. for
I've
the
never been
train.
sailing before, but
If we're talking about going fastest, we know the train is the fastest.
Yeah, John would vote for the train.
We were provided with
Hey,
the
but
money
he
to
just
do
said
that.
that the ocean was the fastest.
No, I
the
said
fastest off continent.
Yeah, I specifically said
Oh,
fastest
okay,
off
that's what you
continent. Fastest into Taroga would be because you're gonna spend about a week getting, because you're in the dead center. Oh, Midway. Take you about a week either to get up to train station or out to sea.
okay.
But
I'm
Like-
fine either way. I was just curious.
well, no, actually no. It would take you less to get out to sea. It will take you a week to get up to Sunrise because you're doing land travel. If you're doing, water travel and going Midway and taking one of the smaller ferries to Polnaret to then charter a larger ship, then that would take you less time. But once again,
Here's my reasoning for taking the boats. it's less traceable, and we still have those doppelgangers on our trail.
I'm not sure if they're on
They're not
their-
even on our trail,
their
they're in front of
Yeah,
us.
we're on their trail, technically.
We're on their trail.
Yeah. Well, okay, you said it's easy to get off continent with the thing. But how about getting it onto Taroga? Where would we dock at?
If you left Polnaret,
Yeah.
depend on who you chartered and what you're paying for, because you
Okay.
have the options of easily being like, oh yeah, we'll take you all the way to Felidin if you pay for that, or they
What
will
if I
drop you
use
off.
my contacts that I have as my background?
I mean,
Yes.
you'll have to.
I'm just saying, what if?
Oh, I get you. You have contacts. Doesn't mean I'm going to let you know exactly what they're going to do unless you have the conversation with them.
You have contact?
You know for a fact that you
I'm
could.
talking to God here.
You know for a fact that you could get yourself. You could, charter. Have the easiest one to charter a ship out. Now, how nice of a ride.
Okay, fair enough.
The train has snacks, you guys.
I mean, we do get paid. So, I mean, if you guys it's travel in luxury or travel in luxury or not luxury, is basically.
Claw has no opinion either way. She has no idea.
That's
She's never been
true.
on the
Why
train
the
or on the
train?
boat or anything. She's just kind of like,
What is a
I feel like
train?
Claw would freak out either way. Like, I'm on a
I
boat,
was-
the fucking. I'm on a train, what the fuck?
I
Yeah,
feel like
she's
the
just
train
like-
would
I was
be
thinking.
easier, because at least the train is going and not like a whoa.
It's on tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay,
typhoon
so
I,
yeah.
rides,
I was
water.
gonna say, would John know what the necessary documentation they would need to get to board the train outside of just buying a ticket? Would they need to provide any sort of
passport.
identification? Like, would they need to tell them oh, this is John Tesserin?
They would need your. You would know. I mean, none of you have had to deal with it yet, but they would get, via a zone of truth. It's just it's a rune in the ground. You say who you are, what your business is, where you're going, and you pay. And they run that against any open warrants.
Okay.
Do you know that the train?
Could I then imagine? Could I speculate then that since Charles Marigold was arrested, if somebody in our party was supposed to go through a zone of truth and say who they were, could I speculate that potentially there may be a warrant out for Teresa Marigold?
You would speculate. I will let you know, because the warrant they're talking about is more of if it's on the council level.
Got it. Global. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
I mean, because also with the zone of truth, you say something true, you don't have to give the full thing. So it's like, what are you doing? Searching for family.
or
Yeah, but
visiting
if she
Peach.
says Teresa Marigold,
I could
though.
I could say Tressa, and that would technically also be correct.
That is also.
And that was my next question.
That's-
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Name
no,
unknown.
Like if you're boarding, they check warrants on the sliver that you're boarding on,
Okay.
and then they for anything that from the council.
Got it. Okay.
What's your name, Punchy?
All right, then yeah, John would recommend the train.
He'd be like, my friends call me Punchy.
So we got to vote for the
Yes.
train. Dragonheart.
Train.
Train.
2 votes for train. Nariana.
Boat.
1 vote boat. Claw.
Can I abstain?
Abstained. Typhoon.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I'd probably say both, just because of my background.
2-2 and an abstain. Teresa, you're the vote.
Train, baby.
Train.
In unison, too.
Thank
That was great. Great harmony.
Thanks for that information.
Clip
DM.
that.
Already hit the button.
Yay!
So,
Flip it and ship it.
so you guys will be spending your week traveling back up to Sunrise.
Yup.
Guys, you gotta see.
At least we have Frankie and Peanut.
You do.
Yeah.
You do have
Yes.
Frankie and Peanut. They're
Frankie
still
and
okay.
Peanut.
Didn't you say our cart was destroyed though?
Yes.
So we
New
would need a
cart.
replacement.
They definitely got us one, right? For working so hard, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
You would love
We-
that, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, right, Brandon.
if
'Cause
you
you're an
bring up-
amazing person.
Don't try and butt
You're
me.
so amazing.
If you try and bring
You're
up
so
the fact
wonderful.
that like you don't have a cart, you will be referred to one of the different guild sponsored.
Money grabbers.
Granted, their town was just blown up, so they're gonna need funds to rebuild it.
Investors.
So here's the question: how nice of a cart are you going with?
One that works.
The one
Yeah.
that we had. Wait.
It's got
How
How
four
nice was the
wheels.
cart that we win?
Yeah, we don't want to spend too much because it's not like we can put it on the train with us. You know that, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I was
The
just.
Something
horses are
that's-
not
I was
coming
just.
with us.
I was just thinking we're not getting a cart on the train. Like,
Yeah, like
If you
the
pay
horses
extra,
aren't
you
coming
can
either.
stow
if
the
you
horses.
pay extra.
You can't stow a cart. You can stow horses.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
They're
I
part
would
of this
stow
family
horses.
at this point.
They're a part of the family.
Look,
I knew somebody was gonna
say
like
it.
to I like to
Family.
be the bad guy, and I like to be like, hey guys, players, guess what? I am not dumb enough to be like, hey team, you know those horses that you've spent the last
You've named that the DM has given characters.
I'm not gonna be like, you can't take them anymore, nanny boo boo. I let them live just so I can rip
That's
them away
okay.
from you.
I'll be that player.
So
Dead horses.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna kill
let
our
you know,
horses?
He's gonna train her. He's just gonna
you will
execute them.
you will board them, and now it has to deal with because for Taroga specifically, there's high road and low road to get off at, and the only other place to get off at is completely on the other side below Humbleton.
We're
Before
not
you-
going to Humbleton.
Loop around into
Humbleton.
into a bunch of nothingness and have to pay an exuberant amount of money to get off at Crawl,
Yeah, we'll go to Low Road.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the quickest way.
which Teresa and Typhoon have been to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes, you would know that to board the horses for that, like, it's not too far, thank goodness, because you're in the middle, you'd be sunrise. It would probably cost you about 75 gold to board both horses and get them fed and taken care of all the way across.
Oh my god, that boat's
75 divided by
sound-
5
that
or
boat's
6.
sounding real nice right about now.
I mean, I can. You said 75 total. I mean, I can swing that.
Of course you can.
I'll split
Of
it.
course, the hoarder.
You'll split it with Dragonheart?
Yeah. Also, can I retcon my little like family breadcrumb mural and also say that I added 2 little horses to the side too?
Yes.
Family.
You can have bread horses. They're
Please refer
purebred
to-
horses.
They're nailing
They're the
hops.
family.
Please refer to the
They're
Fast and
nailing at
Furious gif I
hops.
posted. There's
Are,
Yes.
are we actively traveling now? Or is this still just all pretend?
I was
about
gonna
it?
let you guys decide that if you guys.
Okay.
We
I
didn't
was
pick a cart yet.
I was just asking because the only, but we'll take a cart, I guess. Whatever the cheap cart is.
There it is. That's all I
Yeah.
needed.
It's the cheapest cart.
Okay, so for that, I'll let you know for traveling purposes, only one person can be driving up front. The rest of you are very much crammed in the back.
That's fine.
Unlike the other
Cuddle
one,
puddle.
which had 2 and then
Yeah.
enough space for you guys to be. So
How much is it?
for that one, it would probably be about, for a cheapo model, I'd say probably about 65 gold.
I'll do that since you guys.
It's
are
a
paying
beat
for
up
the
Toyota
horses.
Corolla.
Shit's pricey.
Yeah, no joke.
One
my
question.
Mhm.
One last question. Just for my own knowledge. The capital was where I was made, and
Gemstead.
Felidin is Gemstead. How far away is Gemstead from Felidin?
Well, if you look at the map,
I wasn't
it
gonna
is
say anything.
quite the distance. Like
Okay.
they are as far away
That's far.
from each other as
Like
Duskbell
Duskbell and Midway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that entire
Good.
time that you traveled from like multiple weeks of not foot travel. But with the train system, if the government were to mobilize, they could have people from Gemstead to Felidin in about half a day.
That's concerning, but we'll cross that train when we get there.
Yes. The
Ha, ha,
issues.
ha.
every sliver's a little different.
I don't want people to try to reclaim me or anything.
I mean, if it's been this long, I don't think that.
Yeah, like 100 years.
Yeah.
Player knowledge. I have Claw's no idea. Any scope of anything.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
She's like, there's another sliver? I'm just kidding.
Damn,
would
there's
know
another-
that.
What's a sliver?
You would know that there are
Okay.
4 of them. Because your family would have given it not as like a historical, this is the fact. It would be more of like traditional stories of how the world was shaped.
Mhm. Myths and shit.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So, okay. You guys have your horses, you have your cart, and you are beginning your journey up north. So, do you have...
Yeah, after we exit the city, I will crack that letter from the lady.
How long do you
Explodes,
wait?
we all die.
Huh?
How long do you wait?
Probably a significant amount of time. Like, I would probably wait until we're well out of the...
Forest.
Yeah, yeah.
There's anthrax in it.
Roll me a con save.
Uh,
Oh,
and a
boy.
wisdom save while you're at it.
I mean, the wisdom's not so bad. A con...
Charisma save.
Save.
you get inside of it,
You're right, strength save.
Dear Inspector, I hope the time you have away from our small town, you gain new perspectives on what it means to help people. No doubt by the time you return, I will be long gone. I hope you prepare yourself for whatever storms come across your horizon. With much respect and warm regards, Lady Tybalt.
John will, like, read it kind of quietly, fold it up, and just make sure that it's kind of, like, tucked safely away.
Okay. Easy enough. So, you guys continue your journey. You guys go about with no bounty and no real issues. You continue your back journey. Gotta ask, because you stopped there before, are you stopping again? In
Oh, the one with the crazy church
Idleland?
place?
Yes. Are you stopping?
It's not the same without Ren.
I'm just asking.
Does
the
Ren
goose
want to
place?
go? Hey,
Uh,
John.
Rin is a little busy talking to the horses right now, even though they can't hear her.
Oh.
I just imagine that's what Rin is doing, is just like the little like Rin spirit on like Peanut's back, just like, and then I did this, and then I learned about this, and I'm hearing all this stuff about Teresa, and like the horses don't hear any of it, but Rin's just like chatting away.
No.
Aww.
Oh, red spirit.
They hear it in their hearts.
Sure. Those gosh darn talks.
The hacks are trying to get to our brains.
I can sense it.
Ren is a hack all along.
She's flying like a hack now.
She's flying like a hack.
I'm like a bird.
Fly away.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going.
Okay. So, you guys head back. You're not stopping again at the city. You just
No,
continue
not-
on. No issues. and you make it all the way to the train. You make it back to Sunrise,
Where we first started. Well,
where you first started this half of the adventure.
Yeah.
On your journey, you see various individuals passing by. Every so often, you'll hear just the. Did you hear what happened in Midway? As people are heading south and you're heading north, there will be a few times people ask, "Is it safe to travel through Midway?"
John would recommend giving a little berth. John will say the city seems safe, but may want to give a bit of berth.
Got it. As you guys enter into the forests below Sunrise, you will notice that this is along that belt where the sun kind of... You're now no longer having to deal with complete bright sunny days anymore. It is now, after another week, you are definitely getting into fall, with the slight tinges of winter dancing about some nights and in the early morning. The trees have all changed colors in the past 2 weeks. They're now all a plethora of shades of orange and reds and yellows and light pale greens. The wind picks up at your back. The sun no longer hitting that peak brightness, especially when you enter into the denser forest part outside of Sunrise. And you enter into Sunrise on the afternoon of your week-long journey. The next train isn't due to come through Sunrise until the following day's evening.
good to know.
You'll have the night to spend in Sunrise, collect whatever you would like to do. However you would like to spend your evening in Sunrise. As you enter, there is a sense of the city preparing for something. It appears to be some harvest-like festival that has to do with when it is truly fall and everything has been harvested and collected in a bountiful preparation for winter. It's a pretty common thing to do in many towns and cities, and Sunrise especially being that first city that gets sunlight in the same regards as, you know, quote unquote normal day night cycle. They go pretty heavy into the understanding that the lengths of days are technically changing. So as you enter in, there's just a little bit of like buzz and excitement. Unfortunately, you will be leaving before the start of the festival, but there is a bit of an uplift in the air, because this is now through this is this is a month after you were last in Sunrise.
Damn.
So it is.
So it's like a harvest festival
Yes.
kind of thing? Okay. Since we've got a night here, could I see if there's maybe like some sort of like special like preserves on this sliver or something, or some like small like festival thing that John could pick up, just something to bring to Peach?
Yeah. There'd be people who would have, you know, the early batches of stuff out. Is there a certain...
She seems like the type of person who would like totally like traditional like charcuterie board things, so like various jams, cheeses, breads.
Yeah, you can find various things that are both northern and southern sliver here.
Cool.
Because with the connection and everything.
Middle. Yeah.
So no problem. Just mark off like 2 gold.
Cool.
Are there any like harvest flowers or like fall flowers that I can like pick up? I don't know, just like outside the city or
Oh yeah, with
like...
Claw's help, definitely.
Okay.
Claw, fetch flowers.
Claw and Teresa flower bonding moment.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. Just as always, just mutter Tavia, this one's for you.
Okay.
Claw would probably spend part of the evening writing a letter to Chester because her memory was kind of rejogged about him and she's like leaving for the first time, so she'd probably just write like just a quick letter just like saying, hope you're doing well, leaving the sliver, hopefully we can see each other again, and again, sorry for everything that happened. And then she'll like seal it up. And player knowledge, I don't remember exactly where he was, like what city and what the place was called, but Claw I'm sure remembers, so she'll like
Yes. Dusk Bell.
write it down. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. And then she'll like address it to like the hotel, the Hologrove, yeah.
Gesture the
Address it to that
Holograph.
one.
Okay, so that would be give me 3 silver.
Okay.
And yeah, you send off a letter. Mark that down, right?
John would also send off a letter to his dad,
Father.
asking him about if there had been any updates to the requirements to getting prisoner visitation.
Cool. Anyone else have anything they'd like to?
I ain't got no letters.
I don't know how to
I mean,
write.
you could. There's nothing stopping you from lettering.
Dear Mr. Postman, you don't seem like you get a lot of letters in your business, which is a real shame because you are always delivering everyone else's. This one's for you.
Right to the
A little
Postmaster
kiss.
General. It's like, so
It's just
sweet.
like, oh, someone actually acknowledged me and all my heart.
Oh, they do care.
Yeah, that's your reaction. With how it worked, it would be another kid wanting to grow up to be a postman.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm gonna pull aside Typhoon for a moment and just remember when we arrived here all those many
Literal
moons
months
ago. Months ago.
Many years ago, yeah.
It's been
Many
2
years
months.
ago.
2 months, guys.
7 years ago.
Time works differently. You remember that?
Yeah.
Feels like
Agreed.
a lot of things have stayed the same, but a lot of things have also changed, and it just doesn't. It feels a little surreal, you know.
Yeah, a lot's definitely happened since then.
You
But
came
I can't say
to
it's all bad or all good, you know.
you came to pick me up and fell it in. For Farin's birthday. My dad was not in prison. I didn't know that I was, I didn't know that I don't have a soul.
Yeah, a lot of things make more sense now, though. To be honest with you,
I know it.
because
You
you're
just
kind
kind
of
of
like kept there and only there. Granted, so
Yeah.
was Ren, but I guess for different purposes, it still makes sense.
because I feel like my dad wouldn't like the reason why he kept me there was because again it was far away from the people who made me, or the government who created me, and I guess in hindsight he just wanted me to have like a normal life.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was afraid of, losing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say though that I think throughout it all, adventuring with you and meeting everyone else, for better or for worse, well, I feel like it was all in all good experience.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely see your growth for sure. 'Cause I remember the moment You leaving, you were nervous and didn't know what to expect out in the world. And
I
oh
know.
boy, have we gone through a lot together, honestly. God.
We
Like-
fought dragons. We
Fought bandits.
corrupted like mafia people. Like
Had 2 bounties.
2 bounties. This
Maybe
kind of
keep that away.
crazy.
Don't tell your dad that part. Probably not yet.
Well,
No.
yeah, you know, just
Actually, the dragons he might not want to hear. You know what? That. We'll just
You know the
sugarcoat
dragons, maybe.
everything.
Oh, maybe don't.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe
But,
he will like it. Maybe he won't.
the point being is, I never could have done any of this if you didn't come to Felidin and you know, take me to see things and places and people. So I know it was your job. I know you were just doing this on orders, but
Hey,
I
it's
wanted
all
to
fate
genuinely
at
say
this
thank
point.
you.
No problem. Thank you for always being by my side too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You're like my sister now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Another
give him
sister.
a little playful punch that doesn't do damage because
I'll do
Shatters
the
his arm.
shoulder nudge thing.
And thus the beginning of Tyrese was born.
Feeling sultry.
Right, feeling sultry.
now, Typhoon. Now you can feel sultry. Now you can feel sultry.
Yeah, leave me alone. Everybody make fun of me. Wow.
Look, we make fun
So
of
easy
Claw
to do.
all the time.
In my life, I had to fight.
But yeah. All right. Go back, join the others.
Yeah, let's get this train on the road.
Yeah.
That's not how trains work.
Train.
Track.
on the
Train
track.
track.
The track road.
This
On the
train
rails.
track.
There
Road.
are
Much like the
tracks
opposite
on
these
tracks
conversations
and
have been.
roads, Technically,
The DM is quite literally railroading us.
there are several trains out there. If you know what I'm saying. Wait, hold on.
All right.
Or
With that being
trains
said,
on roads.
I mean, aha.
so you guys, I don't believe you have any specific inns you'd like to find, or any type of thing. You just want to have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, with
Yes.
alcohol.
You easily find one with a bar that you can drink at.
Yes, I have a problem and I will indulge.
Drink until the sun comes up.
But I know I have a problem, so it's okay.
You send off your letters, the 2 of you, because I'm not actually believing you're sending off a letter to the Postmaster General.
No, I'm not.
I want to send one to Santa Claus.
Nariana, is there anything specific you'd like, or just
It's a quiet night.
quiet night in the room you get? As
Okay,
we-
now shady of you. What? No.
This is so shady.
Because I
as-
don't
with that.
drink.
Claw, this is your first time in the city of Sunrise, so
Yeah, yeah.
you
Last
went
time
around
just
last
like
time. Yeah. So it's very much a city that is a mishmash of northern and southern culture, but mostly southern. It's like filled, and it is in your regards, it is not as in tune with nature with Duskbell or Loftwood or anything, but they do have more respect for what's inside their city than Midway, which was mostly stone.
Mm.
So,
Grunts of approval.
Hmm.
yeah, that is, do believe where we're going to end off tonight's session, with you guys getting ready to board a train and head over to another sliver, baby.
Yeah. Good
Yay!
job. Almost all of us survived the first one, guys. GG.
The next
Hey,
sliver,
who's
I'll
going
take 2 of you.
It just goes
Place your
exponential
bets.
from there.
Man, there's gonna be no shipping anymore.
No, we
The only thing you should try and ship is life.
Listen,
Life ship.
listen, I need just one kiss, kiss, fall in love moment before you kill this character.
Oh,
That's all
you-
I'm saying.
You're heading towards it, don't worry.
Thank God.
So, yes, we will continue next week.
No.
On track.
No, we're not
No.
apparently. Mariana said no.
Wait,
that there's a
why?
wrench in my plan of the promoting of what we're doing next week.
Yeah, so next week we will continue and see where our now, once again, order of tarts, everyone involved now.
I prefer the bread squad, really.
Order of tarts is what was made, and order of tarts is what you'll be.
We have a logo and everything.
Damn
You
it.
can't
Yeah.
change it now.
Yeah, it's stuck with it.
The history books will
copyrighted.
foretell.
Damn the consequences of my own actions!
Where they will
That's a
head
consequence.
into the next sliver. I will make sure that should be in the Discord for anyone who joins our Discord as I go to the button.
We've got a Discord, you guys.
Is it-
Today we
Yeah,
play
Discord.
D&D.
We did!
This video will go up on YouTube on Monday.
Monday.
There'll be no Vampire the Masquerade this Sunday, however.
Sunday.
Vampire
No
Masquerade.
Sunday.
But we should be another
Sunday.
episode of Monument of Shadows out on Wednesday to continue to catch everyone up.
Wednesday!
And then we'll be
Wednesday.
playing again next Friday.
I love you all.
In the
Beautiful,
meantime,
guys.
though,
That
you
was
can check
great.
out twitch.tv/therepg table Saturday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They are currently running Mutants and Masterminds. I am not a part of that, but you should check it out anyway. And we will be starting up Vampire the Masquerade Chicago by Night at the end of May again. So it should be an interesting time. There's one vampire and one human, and everything
That's
else
it?
is different. Mages and fae and the like. So it's a screwy take on vampire.
Sounds so fun.
You know what? It's gonna be a great time.
A great
be a
time.
great
It's gonna be a great time.
Great
Great
time.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Meanwhile, make sure you follow all of our friends, family, VTubers, and people that we know and love. Show the love and support to everybody. It's one of my favorite things is seeing people hop in the chat. New followers, thank you so much for joining us today. Good to meet new people. Hopefully we can return the favor on your streams when you do it. So yeah, thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So with all of that being said, we thank you guys so much for being here and can't wait to continue our journey next week. So until then, bye!
Goodbye.
There to-